Hi everyone, this is the Legendary. I'm back again with more. This time I'm going to be doing a Hasbro Beyblade Burst unboxing for the Achilles A4. And this one's actually a Beyblade Burst Turbo Beyblade, and I got Beyblade Burst Turbo recently. It has a slingshot gimmick, and there's the animated picture of the Achilles there. And here he is in all of its glory. And that launcher actually doesn't look as small as people say it is, but pretty soon I'm gonna open it and tell you what I think. It's a right spin Beyblade. It's a balance type. And it comes with 11 and Extend. But this is actually Extend-S, because of S for a slingshot. Then those are the stats: 5 attack, 3 burst, 6 defense, 3 weight, 5 is agility, and 4 for stamina. Then here's the mirror, well the slingshot mirror I guess. 4 for power and 2 for speed. I'm not really sure what that kind of contributes to during battles, but I don't have the slingshot arena, so I can't really test it out to its fullest potential, but I'll see how it does in the Takara Standard Stadium at least. For the brand new Beyblade Burst Turbo Beyblades, they actually don't have metal, and for like Extend is kind of altered, so that way it could kind of have its own little slingshot gimmick that Hasbro kind of incorporate into the Beyblades. So just always keep that in mind as you're watching Beyblade Burst Turbo videos. And basically for the instructions are different too. For every Beyblade that you get, I believe that all the instructions are different, because it tells you how to activate slingshot mode for each specific Beyblade. So here's, you have to you have to pull and twist for slingshot mode to activate. It doesn't just activate on its own, so that's kind of a little thing to note. And here's the launcher. I'm not really here to compare launchers at the moment, but I'm just going to show how the launcher works. I mean, it doesn't free spin, so that's good. Doesn't seem too bad, except for it's kind of small compared to my hand, and my hand isn't really that big. Kind of concerning, actually. Anyway, here is the Achilles. And to kind of compare to the Takara counterparts, here is the Achilles, but Z-E-T instead of the letter Z. Anyway, let's start off with Extend. For Extend, there are actually 2 different modes for the Hasbro one, because of the slingshot mode and the regular mode. For the regular mode, it kind of has like a little nub tip, instead of it having a elongated kind of fusion tip, like from one of the first Sprites and Beyblades that we've gotten from Hasbro. And the Hasbro one is actually kind of, it's a blue color instead of it being red. So this is obviously a recolor of the Achilles, so can't really expect too much. And for the original extent, it just had like a height change gimmick from low height to taller height. And then we go into 11. 11 is actually a disc that is just, it has basically just two wands on it, and it's kind of balanced. So don't expect too much from this either. And this is actually lightweight, just like the Takara Tomy one, which you really should at least have the disc a heavier weight to kind of balance out the game, but Hasbro didn't do that, unfortunately. Then, other than the main difference of the metal, the Achilles actually looks the same as the Takara Tomy counterpart, except for the colors. Other than the colors of the metal, then they're basically the same. Here is a QR code if you want to see it. And, well, the Achilles doesn't look too bad. Anyway, let's put this Beyblade together, do test spin, test battle, then I'll tell you what I think. Wow. It's not all that bad. Most people just say that it has weak slopes, and that is not exactly the case for it. I mean, they're kind of weak at for the most part, but near the beginning / end of it, it kind of just has a little bit of resistance. So it's not exactly just no resistance at all and it'll just burst forever. I think it might not be too bad. Okay, so since I'm basically not doing a full-on battle video just yet with these Beyblades, I'm just going to kind of use the Achilles in regular mode and slingshot mode, then do a test battle. But here's the Achilles in battle ring mode. 3, 2, 1, let it. It kind of acts like the regular extend, and the great part about this is that since extend isn't really as tall as it is for the Takara Tomy counterpart, it basically has a little bit more balance, especially if you launch it at a faster speed. Then you really shouldn't have too many problems, other than the the level chip and stuff like that. But Hasbro doesn't have any at the time, well, at the time of this video, but that's it. 3, 2, 1, let. Okay, so I think this might be where some people are actually confused on Turbo, because even I was confused at the time. But for Turbo, you think of things that are fast, kind of like fast and might have a lot of impact. So for Turbo, there's no metal, it's just plastic. They made the Beyblades way lighter, so that way they could go faster and have more high speed, more kind of Beyblade burst like battles where they just burst more, and it's supposed to be more competitive and fun. That's what it's supposed to be for Slingshot and Turbo. That's basically what it is. That's why the slingshot mode just makes the Beyblade go way faster than it should, but I like it. It's a little extension to it. Extension to the regular Beyblades that we knew before. Anyway, let's do a test battle against Istros I2. Round 1, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh! A burst finish! Wow, that was unexpected. And it was a burst finish, so... and there's basically not really many scratches on it. So I think it's pretty good so far. Now let's test it out in its slingshot mode. Round 2, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Okay, so I kind of launched a little bit light this time, but it really shouldn't affect the battle really shouldn't affect the battle too much. This is kind of just, you know, a little test. Just to kind of see how well it does. And oh! Istro Side 2 bursted to the Achilles once again. So, even though people were kind of saying how bad the Achilles is and how weak the slopes are, it's not really that bad, and Turbo isn't really that bad either, because Turbo is just meant for faster battles, more kind of like getting into the heat of the moment, where you're just cheering your Beyblade on till your Beyblade kind of either wins or loses. That's all it really is. It's basically just all games and fun, which is what Beyblade is meant to be. So overall, I like the Achilles, especially this recolor. This recolor is something different. So overall, I enjoy this Beyblade a lot. Like if you want, favorite if you want, and subscribe for more awesomeness. See you next time, bye, and I'm proven to be legendary.